In this film, we are shown the future, where everything is very advanced and modern. We are shown a girl named Sandra, who is traveling in an advanced car with her 2-year-old son. This car is a gift from her husband to Sandra. Now she is going to her husband's mother's house, i.e. to her in-laws' house. Now Sandra starts checking the car's features. What does it have? And what other functions? She finds out that its AI, i.e. artificial intelligence, is very advanced and powerful. She then calls her husband for a video call. He tells her that there is an application of this car, named Monolith. I have downloaded it on your phone. It is the main application of this car. That's why you can control this car with your mobile phone. Now Sandra finds out that her husband is in a hotel. Then someone knocks on the door of her hotel room. Her husband cuts the call and goes to open the door. And now Sandra's suspicion has completely changed. That means my husband is really cheating on me. He has made a relationship with someone else. On the way, Sandra stops in a storeroom to buy some things. She goes to the storeroom with her son. She sees someone peeping inside her car. She picks up the phone as she can control her car with her mobile. She turns on the car's vault mode so that no one can enter her car. Then Sandra starts shopping. She sees that her son is not here. She gets scared of this. She starts looking for her son everywhere. She tries to find him. She finds him in the storeroom. She goes to the storeroom. She sees her son everywhere. Her son has asthma, which is a breathing disorder. Now when she comes out, she sees that some girls are playing with her son. She gets very angry at her son, but she also gets angry at the girls. But then she picks up her son and starts talking to the girls. She is a very nice person. I like you. Sandra understands that if she is not there, my friend is with my husband. They are having an affair. Sandra only then realizes that someone is sitting next to her friend. Because she tells her friend a lot that shows me the one you like, show me his face. But after hearing this, her friend is very surprised and does not show her face. And she hangs up the phone. The way Sandra realizes this, her doubt turns into confidence. And now the poor girl's worries were increasing. In a while, she reaches the house of the Wuthering Lock. But now she decides that instead of going home, she will go to the hotel where her husband and his friend are and cheat her, so that she can catch them red-handed. Now she starts driving her car at full speed. The AI of the car tells her that there has been an accident ahead, so we should go from the other road. Now, because Sandra had to reach as soon as possible, she asked the AI to tell her a shortcut from where she could reach as soon as possible. When the AI tells her the shortcut, she moves towards a small road. She is driving at a great speed, but this area is a desert area where there is a lot of darkness everywhere. That's why she can't see anything clearly. And now Sandra, who is in a lot of tension, starts smoking. I.S starts smoking as if the car is on fire. So he turns on the emergency mode of the car. However, Sandra tells the AI that I have only smoked. There was no fire here, but the AI does not understand what is going on. That's why Sandra makes the whole car system manual. That means she takes control of the car in her hands. That means she was going to drive it by her will. That's when Sandra's son starts coughing, because he has asthma and he cannot tolerate smoke. That's why Sandra throws the cigarette out of the car. And because her son is crying, she gives him her mobile. And then something comes from the car and hits her, which stops the car. But now here Sandra should not have gotten out of the car, but still, she gets off and comes out to see what came in front of the car, which is buried under the car. She comes out of the car because the whole system is manual. She sees that there is a diamond under her car. Now her son, who is sitting inside the car. She opens the Monolith app on her phone and quickly turns on the bunker world mode, which closes the car completely. This was a big problem because it meant that now no one could go inside the car and no one could come out. Seeing this, Sandra gets very nervous. She comes to the car quickly and starts looking at her son, who is fine now. She thinks about how to open the car door. She is sitting in the tree. She opens the door and sees that the car is closed. She opens the door and sees the car door with the twig of the tree. But it is of no use. Now Sandra sees that her son has still opened the same application. In a hurry, she tries to explain to him to turn off the Volt mode. But it is obvious that the child was only 2 years old, so she can't understand all these things. Here, her son's hand drops the mobile phone and falls down. She thinks that the child is still alive, but the child is not alive. It is impossible for her to understand the situation. Here, her son drops the mobile phone and now he can't even pick up the phone because he was wearing a seatbelt. And now the child could not even open his seatbelt. Outside, Sandra gets very upset. She picks up a stone and tries to break the car. She was so scared that she was afraid to even look at the car. When she turns on the lights all around, she sees that there is really an animal behind her. Now she was not going to let go of her life so easily, so he starts roaming around the car to catch Sandra. But Sandra gets an idea. She hits the car hard with an axe, which starts the car's alarm. She hears a loud noise and runs away. The night passes. In the morning, Sandra sees that her car is parked in a desert area. She remembers that she saw a board at the airport on the way. She thinks that she can get help from there. She is very happy to see her son. But due to some luck, she finds a river here. She goes there and drinks a lot of water. And due to the heat, she puts it on herself. Because of this, her condition gets much better. And once again, she starts moving forward. After a while, she reaches the airport too. But she comes here and sees that this airport is deserted, where there is nothing but broken and bad airplanes. She goes inside the plane and picks up the radio so that she can call for help through it. But unfortunately, this radio breaks down. Here she finds a bottle, which she takes down from here. She also burns 2 tires of the plane, after which she moves on. She burns the fire so that someone can come to help her by seeing the smoke. Sandra now comes to that river and fills water in this bottle. She goes to the front of the car where the ventilation is and the air goes inside. She sets the fire and puts the smoke on the smoke. The smoke is released and the car is filled with water. The car is filled with water and the water is filled with smoke. The car is filled with water and the car opens its windows. But nothing like that happens. When smoke goes inside, the automatic system of the car, instead of opening the windows, closes the ventilation itself. Due to this, the air that was going inside earlier now also closes. To here, Sandra comes to the same place with her husband where her son died in a car accident. After that, Sandra buries him here. Here her husband says that you have killed our son. You had locked him inside the car. After hearing this, Sandra starts crying a lot. And suddenly Sandra's eyes open. She sees that she is seeing all this in her dreams. Now she immediately thinks of her son. She sees in the car that her son is sitting in the same position. He is not doing anything. He is sitting like a stone. Sandra's eyes were clearly seeing the pain. Now she understands that her son is really dead. Now he is not with her in this world. She says to her son, crying, that you will go straight to heaven, while I will go to hell. She is crying a lot, but she sees that her son's fingers are shaking. Due to this, his life is in danger. But she sees that her child's fingers are shaking, which kills her. Thank God my son is alive. He is alive, but his condition is very bad. Sandra is still watching her child when the animal comes again. He attacks her. Sandra gets in the car to escape from him again. The umbrella is very hot, so she gets off and goes under the car. But here too the animal comes and attacks her. After a while, Sandra realizes that the deer that is trapped under the car is for her. So she throws the deer in front of the animal. Now as soon as the deer moves away, the car starts moving backwards. Seeing this, Sandra quickly comes behind the car and tries to stop the car. Then she also puts a stone support so that the car does not go back, because there is a ditch there. Now Sandra has an idea. Now she thinks that why not throw the car from top to bottom so that the AI system of the car believes that there has been a really big accident and it will open the doors, because she has heard about this from the company. And now because she also believes that because of throwing it from top to bottom her son will not get hurt in the car. And now Sandra does the same. First, she picks up the stone and throws it in the trench while pushing her car. And now when the car is in the air system finds out that the car is in the air, that is, the car has had an accident. So the car turns on its motion sensor, which means that the car itself comes into balance and lands on the car. The car lands safely. She takes out the car from the car and sits in the shade so that she feels cool. But the child's condition is still very bad. The car reboots itself once again. As soon as the car reboots, the car becomes able to run. After that, Sandra quickly takes her child and sits in the car. As soon as she turns on the car mode, the car flies. There are some obstacles in front of her, which she has to cross without any fear, because she knew that this car could easily run on any road. Now Sandra speeds up the car, so she crosses the obstacles with great difficulty and reaches the plain road. Here, Sandra takes her son to the hospital. In a while, his son becomes completely normal. In this way, Sandra saves her son's life, with which she becomes very happy, thinking that, finally she fulfilled her duty of being a mother for her child, which she could have done. Sandra now confirms that her husband was cheating on her. She has a relationship with her friend. Now she will decide whether she wants to live with her husband or not, or she will spend her life with her child. With this, the movie ends here.